You might have tuned in to Virgin River for the dramatic but sweet small-town life it shows. But word on the street is that they're taking a turn towards intensity in Season 5. So, it's going to be unlike anything you've seen before in the show. Let's talk about the similarities first. You'll go into the next season with some comfort because it'll have the same amount of episodes as this Season 4.
Do you want me to talk to her?
No, it's gotta come from me. I just don't want anything to impact.
But it's set to be a whole lot different from this past season and all those that came before it. Now, I hope it's a good change, but for now, I'm kinda nervous, and once you know why, you probably will be too.
But get the local news station involved.
No, the PI says that any publicity will just push Vince deeper underground.
If you trust Ben Hollingsworth, there's some comfort in knowing that the next season is going to be bigger and better than any of the seasons they've done before. The showrunners are trying to be ambitious this time around, and hopefully it'll end up doing well.
Well, I can't be his grandfather. I never had any children.
Even if the direction they're taking is a bit different, I'm rooting for them. After all, you can put the cast in any situation and they'll pull it off well. I'm sure of it. It seems like the cast is pretty excited about the big change, as Hollingsworth gushed about his role in the next season to TV Line. A lot of it has to do with Bree and Mike getting closer to each other, which is obviously going to cause rifts between Brady and him. There could also be a reconciliation on the horizon for Jack and Brady, given that he's been exonerated.
You ain't got a lot of friends in here. A lot of guys got swept up in the raid. They're blaming you.
So far, we're looking at the drama and high emotion and all these interactions, and honestly, I can't wait to be shaking, crying, and throwing up while watching them play out. And this is just one part of it. All of our favorite characters will be going through major emotional changes, so be prepared because things are about to get heavy and intense.
Get my lunch order.
Yeah, and I got something I want to show you.
Excuse me, ladies, I have to get back to work.
The season won't just be a little different, it'll also be leaning into some pretty heavy and serious topics. So get that tissue box ready because you're going to be needing it. The show hasn't shied away from diving into things like pregnancy loss, sexual assault, death, PTSD, violence. You get the gist. But at the same time, they've always kept the sweet small town slice of life brand alive.
So, do you need me to get you anything?
I'd like for you to drive me over to Lily's.
You can forget all about that now, though. Season 5 is about to be intense through and through. The show's currently being filmed, and Alexandra Breckenridge has shared that it started out well. The heavy part is about to begin soon, though. So there's intensity, there are heavy topics, and there's drama, too.
Figure out if any of these ladies actually need medical attention.
No. Just enjoy your lunch. They came to see me and...
Matter of fact, there's so much drama that it's going to leave you on the edge of your seat. And you already know I have that on good authority. I keep talking about heavy and intense stuff, but what exactly is a part of this stuff? Are you ready to know more about Jack's past? This past season, we've seen more of what troubles the ruggedly handsome male lead, and apparently that was just the beginning.
How much is bail?
$500K?
Oof. Steep.
He started prioritizing his mental health, which called for a lot of work on his PTSD. After all, if Mel and he are going to be mentally stable parents, he needs to deal with his trauma. But the road to recovery is long and treacherous. They might seem to be on solid footing, but there's always trouble lurking around the corner.
They don't like the smell.
Maybe I should take a bottle of that to boot camp. Keep you guys from messing with me.
Where one obstacle is removed from the path, another one takes its place. I'm referring to Charmaine, of course, with her whole baby daddy ploy to keep Jack involved with her. Jack is kind of a himbo, though, seeing how he's gone and unwittingly gotten himself entangled with Melissa because of the business he's starting with Nick.
Proud of you.
I'm sensing this could become an issue in the coming season. The question of his past is also hanging in the air. And don't forget, we've yet to learn more about the ex-wife, Mandy. He's mentioned her a few times over this past season, and that could be an Easter egg. Now, this isn't just some conspiracy theory that fans have cooked up. The new showrunner, Patrick Sean Smith, exclusively told Glamour that Mandy might be making an appearance in Season 5.
What about you?
When you said I was attractive.
Oh, wow. You're
I'd recommend watching season 4 again and really paying attention to all the Easter eggs because they've been put there intentionally. But if you can't find the time to rewatch the entire season, I'm going to recount some of the most dramatic moments from it. While I'm on the subject of who's the baby daddy, let's talk about Mel's babies. Back in the season 3 finale, the biggest twist was Mel admitting that she'd used her embryos and gotten pregnant. There was a little complication though. The baby daddy's identity was a big question mark. After some back and forth, Jack decided that he was going to love Mel's children like they were his own, even if they don't have his blood.
It wasn't just the card. The look on poor Lizzie's face.
Everyone was all right with that until the dreaded mother-in-law paid a visit. A new complication arose as she threatened Mel to take custody of Mark's unborn baby. This forced them to get a paternity test done, and thankfully, the baby was found to be Jack's.
Well, I'm gonna hold you to that. Okay? And in the meantime,
Fans couldn't have been sure about this, given that the show loves its fair share of drama. But the season 4 finale gave our two small-town sweethearts a win they so desperately needed. That's it for the wins, though. There are still some major unresolved issues on the horizon. What is Jack going to do about Melissa Montgomery? I was convinced that Calvin was the one running the drug operation in Emerald Lumber, but as it turns out, he was just a puppet. The minute everyone found out, he was blown up to bits on the boat. And then, who comes along but Melissa Montgomery, presenting a very fishy situation in the middle of all this chaos. Although she showed up as a positive force, given that she paid for Brady's bail, it was all a ploy to get him out, to threaten him. We still didn't realize how complex the situation was until she showed up to dinner and revealed she was actually Nick's sister. This might turn into something bigger, given that Nick and Jack are now business partners. So far, we have no idea how bad it can get. But it definitely won't be anything good, especially when you consider the ominous scene of someone taking pictures of them inside the restaurant. Let's not forget that Mel's probably going to be a stay-at-home mom now. Even though I didn't see this one coming, I never thought we'd see the day when Mel turns in her resignation to Doc. But it just so happened that she had to do it, and it wasn't because she wanted to be a stay-at-home mom. Working with the new doctor, Cameron had gotten more and more complicated given his interest in her. Instead of asking Doc to get rid of him, she just decided to leave herself. Sweet, kind, and nurturing Mel. Of course, she reasoned with herself and put Doc's needs before her own. She saw that he'd need all the help he can get in the clinic and professionally. Cameron was very valuable. So, the only way Cameron could stay was if she'd left, and that's the road she took. There's much more drama awaiting in season 5, but this is it for now, guys. See you in the next one.